So, my name is Trayvon West. I'm a senior at Williamsburg High School for Architecture and Design. And on behalf of WHSAD, we'd like to thank all of you for having us here. And we really appreciate the opportunity you're giving our students and my peers. So first up, we will have Team A, Reggie Huggins, presenting. He's a senior at our school.
Hello, as said, I am Reggie Huggins. I'm a senior at Williamsburg High School for Architecture and Design. And also, I've been accepted to Howard University as a senior studying architecture for their 5-year master program.
Good job.
This is my proposal for Lake Como. So Lake Como is the town that wants more tourist attractions when summer comes, wants to slow down the traffic from going to the beach to the lake, from the lake, and then also improve the quality of life through nature. So we want to improve the ecosystem here, take the trees out, replace them that are evasive, and put some more natural trees that were here before. Vision as requested. This is straight off the paper that was given to me. It said long-term environmentally themed vision is being pursued by the different organizations in the town working together. In effect, the vision is a comprehensive urban design approach to reimagining a town. The strategy is to create a village or hometown atmosphere with an environmental theme. The idea is to use a theme to create beauty, improve the environment, and attract and edify visitors at economical cost. The result should be improved social environment and a more beneficial natural environment and increased income for businesses. So this is the steps that I took for when I designed my project. Sorry.
It's okay. This is the way you
Here we go. Okay. To use the footpath to define activity areas, to encourage trees donated by the residents here in Lake Como, incorporate domestic wildlife with Shoreline. So when I incorporate different plants and species that are natural to Lake Como and this part of North America, that will help with incorporating more life. Incorporate more domesticated species and animals that were once here before, and kind of make the ecosystem a little bit better, and also create a living shoreline. So this is my proposal. I incorporated the trees and the bushes and clumped them together more space so we can have more activity spaces for children and people alike. So I have a bridge that was connecting this side of the Lake Como across here, and I wanted to incorporate a lot of waviness and natural emphasis because we're right next to water. So I feel like that would be kind of just relayed off of the theme. So since you have waves in the water, I feel like having a natural kind of flowing path that goes straight through Lake Como would be a lot beneficial and kind of fun to navigate through. And then you have a lot of different paths to connect with different areas to reach activity spaces. So like here, this is a more emphasis on the bridge that will connect this part of Lake Como to this part. And then this is another space where the activity space will be, when you can see how you can incorporate the path through the walking path through the side of Lake Como. And also, this is another part connecting through, you see more of the waving lines through the other side. And also, they are small living shoreline species here that you can see sporadically placed throughout Lake Como. So here's one, here's another one, here's one, and then here's another one. I wanted to spread them out as deeply as possible so it can be a little bit easier and not be overwhelmed with living shoreline spaces, so then it just takes up the whole space, but also takes up enough space so that I can incorporate all the different animals and ecosystems that can be put into Lake Como. So this is my inspiration for the footpath, as you see, as where I can kind of get the wavy lines from. And so I want to incorporate different areas where you can see how there could be an area where you can just sit there and relax and just play with your kids, or eat a picnic, or just relax and sit down and enjoy the sun and sit by the lake. Or you could just walk and read around and then incorporate and see the nature and be and feel what's going around you in Lake Como. And so this is my proposition for where the bridge and how the footpath would look like. So this could be an example of what the footpath would look like. See, with the wood curving and intertwining with nature, and not being too not being too aggressive and being like sturdy there and put down. And also this would be a incorporation of the bridge that you can see, so that it can have, like, you see there's a railing on the side, so it kind of be a little bit safer than you actually expect it to be when it's waving. Also the living shoreline, this is how what I would envision the living shoreline would look like. Kind of natural looking, kind of incorporating to the nature, having swans or birds or frogs or other species that lived here before that aren't here now. And then kind of incorporating, looking outside, looking at the river, just staying there and really feeling what's going on in Lake Como. Because this is a space that we want to really live in and kind of really enjoy and kind of come back to what it really was before. Because now nobody's really staying here and kind of just sitting down, just taking a moment and breathe. So these are the trees that I thought that we could help and bring ecosystems that were natural to here. Black locust tree, the kind of light kind of bouncing off the water and kind of helps show off like a little bit more like brightness and vibrancy, along with this shrubby quinifol, and also a black locust tree, which would help like bring in birds and put in more natural species here. Also playground, we have kids. In the summertime, a lot of people come here for the birds, for the beaches. Sorry. So if they don't want to go straight to the beach because it gets too crowded, you can go to Lake Como. You can have your kids here. You can stop. You can go in the playground and have fun. You can sit down and watch your kids, and you won't have a problem. Also, different activities. You can play stickball, spike ball, which is a new game which is on the rise. I played it before. It's a lot of fun. It's for all ages. You can just, even if you just want to go outside and hit the ball and play around, it's a lot of fun and enjoyable. Hacky sack and gardening. If you want to have a garden, that's also incorporated too. I also thought it would be interesting to have, I didn't put this in my presentation, though I was talking to one of my mentors and he said it would be very interesting to have an all-around greenhouse that could be open during the winter and the summertime. So then if you want to plant flowers, vegetables, herbs, anything, because I know you have a place for that already here, but around the lakefront you can have another greenhouse that can be also incorporated so that you can live there as well. That can stay there and be permanent. And also, I just wanted to show you that this space right here also can be multi-purposeful. So I know there's a yoga class that's held by the Lake Como, so this space could be a yoga class as well. And there's also 3 different gazebos that are also placed along the path that isn't where the walking footpath is. And I put the footpath this way so you can have a little bit more space for different activities. And so I didn't want to take away too much natural space because I felt like this is kind of taking away of all like the grass and the greenery that I could put there. Yes, if you can put the flowers over here, it can be a beautiful path. It can be a natural, it can be loving, and you could just sit there and just take it all in and just walk really slow and enjoy the morning walks or the afternoon walks or even the midday walks. And there's different patches of greenery inside incorporated this. Thank you, and I do hope you will take my design into consideration.
What are your plans to put the playground and recreation area?
Recreation area and playground, I would think it would be coming over here. Even though it kind of looks small on this board, it's actually a really big space. It's about 50 to like 70 feet. So
That we have Parkway? Where Parkway is, or Wrigley Lane?
I'm not too sure actually. I'm sorry about that.
I know, because it's not very wide, and you have quite a bit of activity going on with the playground.
Yes, that's exactly why I put the footpath across in the water, so there can be more space for activities in the playground.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Any other questions?
Tell us a little bit about how water would run off there. Do you have any, that was a consideration? Did you
Water
consider that?
runoff. I thought that when the water runoff could be easiest put when there's a dock here, so I also didn't speak about this. These areas in the middle of the water are little places that you can kayak to. And so those you can use to like have a picnic or sit down and like kind of just sit down and be with nature, if that's what you like to do. Or it can be activity spaces where you want to kayak. So underneath the dock is a seawater as a drainage. So then you can take the runoff that can flow underneath it and then kind of go into another filtering system.
Okay. And where's the dock?
The dock is right here. It's kind of fit in, you can't really see it, but that's kind of the point because I want it to flow naturally. Yes.
We're thinking about implementing this over a number of years. Do you have any thoughts on how this would be implemented, like all at once or in stages, or which would go first or anything like that?
Which would go first, in my opinion, would be the footpath, because that's one of the most easiest things to do, and the kind of more things that can be more acceptable to the community, because it's not going to be costly in my vision, because I feel like the footpath can easily just be a couple stones that you put down, or like wood that you've seen that I showed before. So these wouldn't be too costly. You can use plywood or something that's kind of sturdy and water resistant with a varnish that you can use, and then you can just curve it and apply it and curve it and cut it in the place that you want to be in, because even though I designed it to be curvy, and this curves isn't perfect. Nothing is perfect in my design, and I want it to be natural and flowing. So if the community says they don't want it to be this curvy, we can make it a little bit more straight. Or it could be a little bit more curvy if they want it to be curvy. It's all up to the person in the eye of the beholder. And this was only my design and my perception about how it could be easiest maneuvered. So that's
Now, the bridge that you have
yes.
drawn there, that goes out over the lake?
Yes,
and
it
then
goes
back
over the
on,
lake.
back onto the park?
Yes.
To the path. Okay, nice. I like that.
No more questions?
Any more questions?
All right, thank you, Reggie.
Thank you,
for your
guys.
wonderful presentation.